Welcome back to the second half here of the Riddle District Football League Web TV program, episode 2. My name's Andy here with Gav, and we're hyping you up for the big final series coming up, which is all going underway this weekend. We spoke about the netballers and the juniors, of course. They had the grand finals on the Sunday. But Gav, on to other business.
Yep.
Football, Saturday afternoon at Kilmore. It's going to be a massive day over there, and we promised a little bit of sunshine too, which is great.
Be great if we could get some sunshine up there. Kilmore's, been a good finals venue on the opportunities they've had to host finals. So this week will be no different. And we start off with the 18s and Riddle and Sunbury Kangaroos. And look, they've probably been. I know in the last web TV show you left them out, and they weren't too happy about it. Sunbury, you called Riddle and Macedon a long way out, and left the Kangaroos out of the equation. And never write off this Kangaroos side, of course, coached by Jamie Cuff, coming up against Glenn Elliott, who's a mainstay of the Riddle Footy Club in the under-18s and coaching the under-18 side as well as RDFL representative sides. And this is going to be a real good battle. Two great sides, two great coaches. It's going to be a real great game to watch. If you've got nothing to do Saturday morning, I'm sure everyone's got something to do, but surely it can be pushed away probably till next week or the week after, or in about a month's time when finals are finished. Get up there early and check out this game, because it'll be an absolute ripping contest. If we go back to our qualifying finals in the under-18s the last 3 or 4 years, we've had some belters, and this one will be the same.
Well, did you manage to take a look at the Sunbury in the under-18s last week?
No, didn't.
You got there a little bit late,
I didn't get to see them. I got there a bit late, but I have seen Sunbury a couple of times in the under-18s this year, and they're a very, very good side, and this is going to be a beauty.
Well, I had the pleasure of umpiring Riddle on Saturday over a wonderful ground at Kyneton, and just a bit of an insight on how it all unfolded, just quickly, if I may. They attacked the game really, really hard, so much to the extent that they were about 130 points up into the last quarter, and two players hitting the contest really hard collided. That's just how determined the club is. I mean, from all reports, the boys are all right, but that's the sort of intensity. I mean, they're playing against Woodend. Nothing was gained in the sense of a result doesn't matter. Yeah. But that's what I'd love to see.
That's the sort of intensity you're going to get out of a Riddle side coached by Mr. Elliott anyway. It's he sort of demands that attack on the football, and the players respond, and it's exactly what you want to see from your kids coming through, future senior footballers.
So as you say, get down there and check it out.
Absolutely.
9:30.
In the reserves, we've got Diggers Rest versus Riddle. Another one going to be a ripper.
Yep.
I seen these two clash in a couple of weeks ago out at Riddle.
Yep.
It was a little bit of a turn up.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Diggers got a win pretty easy in the end, but again, it's the conditions were difficult, and it was a really tough game. But these two sides have Riddle long-term reserves, premiership contenders.
Yep.
They've been fantastic for many years, and they're a big chance against the Boroughs. But the Boroughs have got Chris Payne, Chris Payne up there at full forward, who's dominating. They've got a really strong midfield. They've got a good structure. They're well coached by Ben Morse, and this is going to be a great game as well.
And noticing that last year's grand finalists aren't in the qualifying final.
No, but they're around the mark still. So
yep, just goes to show how close the competition is now. The big one, the big local derby or derby. Where do you say it from your side of town, mate?
That's derby, I guess.
Derby,
that's
Diggers Rest and Sunbury.
Yeah, Diggers Sunbury. It's going to be a really, really great contest. I mean, I saw the game last week, and while I don't think both sides were throwing everything they had at it, the game was just you could see the class between the two top sides in the competition.
Yep.
Sunbury, I gave them a bit of a bake. They weren't too happy about it when I gave them a bit of bake in the last web TV show.
Might have revved them up a bit, mate.
Yeah, might have revved them up a little bit, but the facts were they were undisciplined.
Yep.
They checked it. Against Romsey, they flipped that completely. Romsey was the side that was undisciplined.
Yep.
Sunbury attacked the football. Last week, there was a couple of little signs that I was a little bit concerned about, but they got their minds back on the job and really ran the game out well, played great footy, took it right up to Diggers, not only took it up to them, but went past them. This is going to be a super game of footy. You got Brent Tuckey up one end, who's going to receive a little bit of treatment this week, I think, off the Sunbury backman. They'll peel off.
Do you think Dan Gregory might take it?
No, I think Dan will probably stick with Cole Laurie, who he manned up on last week. I think Joe Plug, who had the job on the weekend, will go to him again. And
Mr. Reliable.
yeah, Job, and he'll certainly make Brent earn every kick he gets.
Yep.
But Job was really well supported by Luke Walker, who was able to peel off his opponent, get across and help out.
Yep.
Tucky looked dangerous several times during that game, but Sunbury were able to. Those moments when he started to look dangerous, were able to shut it down and really take over. Yeah. Battle of the midfield, both sides. You got Cameron Woods, who didn't play last week. You got Sean Sims, Steve Ruan, and Craig Marshall, Kroger for Diggers. You got young Kane Murphy. Really young on ball brigade from Sunbury, but they've been really impressive. Mitch Streif, Ty Cuff. Being in a grand final last year is going to help those kids, and they'll be very good.
Well, they'll certainly step up to the mark. And Gab, of course, if you're heading down to the ground, I'd love just a bit of a plug. 100.7 Islands FM going to be all over it from 1:30 p.m. So 88.1 FM is the frequency too. If you want to tune in the game,
it's always a great call. So make sure you tune in and listen to Yendi and the boys, and you'll get nice up to date. If you can't make it to the ground, tune in on the internet, and you'll be able to keep up to date with all the goings on.
That's highlandsfm.org today. You can listen online. Well, Gab, we've got one more ripping quarter to go. And, of course, we're going to rip into that. That's three-quarter time here on the RDFL Web TV show. We'll be back with the final term next.